3, the cartilage transplant. Here he is for 3. Good! There you go. Bang, bang, bang. Bob Horton Tucker. There's Lonzo diving, and he saves the ball behind his back. Minnesota trailing by 13. Williams, 2 ball. Nice.
1,006 days, 144 weeks, 33 months, 2.5 years since we saw Lonzo Ball take the court. And while it was only a preseason game, it was still a great sight to see Lonzo Ball return to action when most had thought he would never be able to play the game of basketball again. And look, I'll be honest, going into this game, I went into it with the expectation of it's going to be great to see Lonzo back, but I genuinely thought it was going to be a scenario where we say, well, good thing it's just the preseason because dude clearly still has a lot of work to do and isn't even close to being ready and impacting the court. Like, I legitimately thought this was going to be one of those games that we see from Patrick Williams that just kind of make you cringe when he's turning the ball over and bouncing it off his foot, airballing threes and getting blown by guys on defense. I legit expected it to be that type of game from Lonzo because the man hadn't played in 2.5 years, for crying out loud. How could you possibly expect him to pick up where he left off? Well, I couldn't have been more wrong, as Lonzo and his impact on the court, his presence was palpable in just the limited minutes that he played. Lonzo was effective at impacting both ends of the floor, knocking down threes with that smooth, quick release that we saw before he got injured, pushing the pace in transition and making some incredible passes. Bulls didn't always convert on said passes from Lonzo, but he's already back to his form and setting up easy buckets for his teammates. But not only that, Lonzo was active and engaged on defense. Like, I fully expected Lonzo to be a little bit lax, maybe even timid on D, one because it's the preseason, but also just to avoid risking injury. But no, he was aggressive, staying with his man, bringing help defense to contest shots. Did anyone else see that save where he ran after that 50-50 ball and kept it inbounds while falling out? Like, no, the man was hustling. He was loving the moment, and dare I say it, kind of looked like the old Lonzo Ball. Yes, some of the athleticism has worn off a bit. He's not as fast in getting up and down the court like he used to, but boy, even a small one-game sample size gave me so much confidence in this kid to make a legitimate return. And yes, I know I'm hyping this up to the extreme. I know it's just one game, a preseason game, and it's very possible Lonzo comes out the next game and plays poorly. But let us have this moment. Lonzo getting injured robbed the Bulls of any potential they had of getting back to relevancy. We all thought his career was over, and now he's back and looking like his old self. We'll see if it sticks heading into the regular season, but a good sign and start to the return of Lonzo. I will say this is going to make the guard rotation all the more complicated if what we saw from Zoe tonight is real and he's able to play like this on a nightly basis, because Josh Giddey had another rough night tonight on offense. Yes, the 9 assists are great. He was getting the offense going, getting guys involved, but 1 for 11 tonight. And some of those were just bad misses at the rim on a layup. He did have 3 blocks though, but still, it makes you wonder, especially considering the fact that the Bulls need more defense in the starting unit, which Giddey is not going to provide. Does it make more sense to start Lonzo alongside Coby and Zach? Now, Giddey would still get a lot of minutes because we know Lonzo is going to be on immense restriction for quite some time and isn't going to be playing in back-to-backs. But I don't know. In my view, if Lonzo is able to play like this, it just gives the Bulls more balance in their starting lineup instead of being atrocious on defense. The other thing I like seeing, and this was a testament to the team and their style of play, not necessarily because of what Lonzo brought, but their pace and flow on offense was much better in this game than we've seen all preseason. Moving the ball around, making the extra pass, everyone touching it on a given possession, leading to more open looks on a corner or finding a cutter down low for an easy 2. Like, I love that brand and style of basketball. It's the style of basketball the front office has said they wanted to play. More up-tempo, faster, heavy ball movement offense, and you saw that tonight. Also helped that you really had good showings from all the Bulls starters, sans Giddey. Patrick Williams finally had himself a good game, was much more aggressive in getting to the hoop, actually hit some outside shots, got some rebounds for once, 12 points, 6 boards, 5 for 8 from the floor. Vucevic, 17 points, 7 for 13, 2 for 3 from deep, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 0 turnovers. Very solid and efficient game from Vooch. Coby and Zach both had really great games tonight, shooting it well from outside. Coby went 5 for 7 from 3, got to the foul line often, as did Zach. Like, man, good things happen when you play fast team basketball. And I really do feel like the guys have bought into this just based on how engaged and energized they've been on the court. Again, just the preseason. We need to see this happen in the regular season, so I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. But so far, I like what I'm seeing. Also, is the Bulls' three-point shooting legit? They shot the 3-ball poorly in that first preseason game, but the volume was still high. The volume remains high, but they're actually knocking them down at a reasonable clip now. Tonight, going 18 for 41 at 44% from 3. 32 assists on 125 points. I can get used to that. Also, gotta feel like Talen Horton-Tucker is gonna get that last roster spot. I mean, I don't know where he's gonna fit in with that already jam-packed backcourt, but dude has been playing out of his mind while EJ Liddell, Kenny Lofton Jr., and Bidham are getting DMPs. And this was with Julian Phillips, Modest, and Io all being out tonight. THT put up 17 points in 25 minutes on 7 for 15 from the floor to go along with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Dude is making a case to remain playing in his hometown. We'll find out soon enough over the weekend, most likely after the preseason concludes and the Bulls have to finalize their roster by that point. Anyway, it was great to see Lonzo back in action. What a moment to see him back out there on the court, getting a standing ovation, him waving to the crowd, and the cheers when he scored that first 3 was such a good feeling. For those that were at the game, let me know in the comments actually what the vibe was like. I'll see you guys for the Bulls' final preseason game on Friday versus the Cavs. Of course, as always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.